Ayo, what's good, y'all, and welcome, finally, to the LCL23 season opener. I'm very excited to be here, excited to get this thing going. I've been super eager to start from the very beginning of a franchise, so let's get this thing rocking and rolling. We're ready to bring some more Super Bowls to this historic franchise. In Madden 22, we built a pretty good roster for these Giants. We continuously made the playoffs, but we struggled to find postseason success. I don't think we had a single win in the playoffs, so we're definitely looking to turn that thing around. And at the beginning of this cycle, again, we're going to start off with a rough roster, which we're going to take a look at here in just a minute. But regardless of who we got on our team, I have the philosophy of staying competitive and trying our best to win every single game. We're not going to tank. We're not going to give up in any games, even if it's a blowout. We're going to try our best to put some points on the board. So with that being said, man, let's start off this season by setting our season goal. And for sure, our season goal is a Super Bowl, without a doubt. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Usually we have Coach lmao standing on the podium, but since Madden is such a shit game, we're not able to create custom coaches. So we have Coach Dayball up there, which I'm not too mad at, because what do the Giants do under this new head coach? Dayball. But regardless of who we have coaching our team, our main focus is our players, which takes us into our roster. Now, we did sign a few free agents to help fill some holes on our team. We signed a fullback in Ryan Nall just so we have an actual fullback instead of throwing a tight end back there. We also signed Blake Jarwin to back up Bellinger. I'm huge on developing my players, and I want Bellinger to eventually be a good starting tight end. But we needed someone that's capable to back him up. So that's why we signed Blake Jarwin. We also signed Jamie Collins on defense because we desperately needed some help with our inside linebacking core. So he's going to be starting out there. And then we also signed cornerback Kendall Sheffield just so we can have some more depth in our secondary. Other than that, the rest of this roster hasn't been changed. We're going to rock with the rest of these guys because, like I said, I'm huge on developing my players. The starters on this team are who you might expect, except in our wide receiver room, we actually have Juan Dale, who's a 72 overall, as our wide receiver 4. We're going to try our best to develop him into a good player as well. We have Darius Slayton on the roster still, who I'm definitely willing to trade, but we do like the depth. We'd like the depth regardless. And the only other player with a huge question mark on this team is Daniel Jones. It being his contract year, I really don't know what's going to happen with Danny Dimes. I want to keep him, but at the same time, it all depends on how well he plays this season. And so we're going to get a good look at how he goes in week 1 against these Tennessee Titans. Just kidding. No, you're not. We get a forced win week 1. But when we look at the stats, DJ actually had a really good game, throwing for nearly 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 85% completion percentage. That's all we can ask for. Spreading the ball around, getting everybody involved. On defense, Tay Crowder had himself a big game with 11 tackles, 1 for loss, and half a sack. I don't know, man. The Sims really be helping us out with the stats for sure, but we really got to see how he goes in live time action. And we're going to see it as we move into week 2 against these Carolina Panthers. Not a whole lot going on this week. Just recapping last week as we take the dub. We're looking to play our best game in our first game of the season, and that comes against one of the better players in the league. We're going to start out with the ball against these Panthers, and the game plan going in for the season pretty much is to lean on Saquon as much as we can. With Daniel Jones having a big question mark on his head, we're going to do our best to get this running game going as we hit the lag, and that's going to be a little foreshadowing of what's going on with this game, man. I can't stand Madden most of the time. But anyways, when we can't get Saquon going, we're going to have to rely on Danny's arm. And on 3rd and 8, we're going to look to pass here, and on his first drop back, he's going to throw a pick immediately. Not a good sign. Come on, Daniel Jones, you got to make a better read than that. At least he comes in and makes a tackle to save the touchdown. With the Panthers taking over in an incredible field position, our defense is really going to have to make a big play to make something happen. And on the first drop back, Aziz comes flying in, which causes a bad throw that's picked off by Tay Crowder, who's building off of his big game from last week and starting out this game very, very strong, giving our offense a second chance to come out here and put up some points on the board. We need our offense to keep us in these games. We can't rely on our defense to save us every single time. As we watch Daniel Jones throw another pick on just his second drop back, and this time there's not enough space to save that one, and it's going to be a pick 6. And things are not looking great for this Giants offense, and Daniel Jones, I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck, dude? This is the last thing we wanted to see in our true season opener as we watch Daniel Jones just airball another one, and I don't know, already to a shaky start for this offense, but we find Saquon Barkley out to the right, who's going to make a man miss and get us a first down, and Saquon's really going to have to put this team on his back, just like in real life, if we're going to have any chance to make things happen on offense. Saquon is starting to look like his old self in real life, and so our goal is to make him look like a fucking beast in LCL as well. Now 2nd and 1, we're going to hand it off to him, who's going to make it out right, and look at that space. If we can keep getting runs like this with Saquon, then our offense should be just fine, and Daniel Jones, all he has to do is not turn the ball over. As we make a pass out to Kenny Golladay, he's going to truck a man and get popped and fumble this ball away, and that's 3 drives back to back to back that end in turnovers. This is not a good sign for our offense at all. And again, similar to real life, we're going to have to rely on this defense to not let this game get out of hand and help our offense get some more opportunities to put some points on the board, as Matt Corral completes the pass right over the middle, right in front of Xavier McKinney. That's a good throw. As you can see, the Panthers decided not to waste any time with Baker Mayfield, and they started the rookie out here, who's not looking too bad at all. The main question is if their offensive line can hold up against this new Giants pass rush, and it's looking like they cannot, as Azeez Ojulari gets back there for the sack, which is going to bring a 3rd and 9 for these Panthers, and we're going to send the heat, which causes a bad throw by Matt Corral, and the defense makes a great play to hold them to 3. And after 3 drives ending in turnovers, the score is only 10-0. So that's the best we can ask for. Now we just need this offense to do something great, and we throw another pick. Daniel Jones, no, this can't be it. This cannot happen anymore. And at this point, I'm half tempted to throw in Tyrod just to see if there makes any difference out there, as we watch Xavier McKinney make a great play to hold McCaffrey to -2 yards. Again, the defense is going to have to do a great job to make something happen, and they're doing a great job holding this Panthers offense. Hold them to 3, and we can still manage to find some way to win this game. And the defense, the pass rush is just going out of their mind right now and doing whatever they can to help us win this game. And so the Panthers get their 3, and we just need something positive to happen on offense. And we go down the middle of the field, and we get another pick. I honestly don't know what the hell's going on, and I don't think I've ever thrown this many picks in back-to-back drives in any game in any Madden. So this is something else. This is something I never seen before, and at this point I feel defeated. But like I said earlier, we're not going to give up. And our newcomer Kendall Sheffield makes an incredible play on DJ Moore to get that pick, and defense is bailing us out every single time. And at this point, I know that we have to make something happen to win this game, because we can't let this great defensive performance go to waste. And with another opportunity on offense, all eyes are on Daniel Jones to see if he's going to create another turnover or not. But our offensive coordinator just said, hand the ball off to Saquon, because we cannot afford any more interceptions. And so even when we do have to throw the ball, we're going to try our best to make sure it's a short completion, because like I said, we've already had way too many turnovers, and even just one more might put this game out of reach for our offense. And with that throw and catch, we'll go into the 2-minute warning, and we're just going to keep handing the ball up to Saquon, as our offensive line has been playing pretty well. It all just comes down to Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. These 2 guys are going to have to really make something happen on offense. And so far, Saquon's looking pretty good, but he can't do it all by himself. And so on 2nd and 2, we're going to drop back, and we're finally going to complete our first pass downfield to Kadarius Toney. And I'm sure he's excited to finally get some touches out here in this game. And with less than 50 seconds left, we find our offense just outside the red zone. And if we can go into halftime scoring any points, then we'll feel happy and feel confident that we can make something happen in the second half. And maybe we can find a way to win this game on the back of Saquon Barkley, who's going to take this handoff right up the middle and take us just to the 3-yard line. 2nd and inches. We're going to give Saquon a breather and give it to Matt Breida, who's going to take it. It looks like he might get a first down, but it's actually going to be a flag holding on a newcomer, Tyree Phillips, from the Ravens squad. That's going to hold us back. But 2nd and 10, we drop back, and we find Kadarius Toney. He's going to jump up and make the snag just crossing the goal line and get us a touchdown to end the half. And considering everything that's been going on, we are fortunate to only be down by 6 as we watch the last play of the first half result in a sack for our Giants. So right now, I don't know what to make of our team. Our offense is struggling hardcore, but our defense is keeping us in the game. Hopefully it doesn't stay like this all season, but for now, all we can say is thank you to this Giants defense as we bring up a 3rd and 4. And we're going to come up and make a great stop just short of the stakes, which is going to lead to a punt for these Panthers and give our offense another chance to score some more points. As we give the ball to Saquon, who gets stopped in the backfield, but he breaks the tackle and makes a great play. And if we keep getting plays like this from Saquon all season, then I see no reason for him to eventually become an X factor again in this league. He's still a young stud, and right now with it being a contract year for him as well, we're going to try our best and make sure he becomes a Giant for the rest of his career. I'm not getting rid of Saquon anytime soon. As we watch Daniel Jones drop back and take a huge sack from Brian Burns, which brings up a 2nd and long, and this looks like a huge hole that's going to be very hard for us to get out of unless we throw it to Sterling Shepard, who makes a great catch and run to get us the first down. That's a great play from the longest tenure Giant, and right now we don't know what his future is going to look like with our Giants, but for this game, he's looking like a freaking beast as we throw a dime out to the right, and that's the best play from our offense so far. Touchdown Sterling Shepard. And all of a sudden, we have a lead in this game, and if our defense can keep playing as well as they have been, then maybe we could walk away with a dub. As the Panthers run a read option, and Matt Corral makes Kayvon Thibodeau look super silly, had him in the backfield and just got him stuck. This Panthers offense is starting to look like they still have some life in them, and our defense has a tough challenge ahead of them. After all these turnovers, this game should be out of hand, but with the way our defense has been playing so far, this game could still go either way as we watch Christian McCaffrey finally get a big run on 3rd and 1. With this Panthers offense finally starting to move the ball, we're looking at our defense to make a big play happen, and that happens as all 4 of our defensive linemen come in and make a sack on that play. That's a 3-way sack right there. And on the next play, we're going to drop into coverage as Matt Corral throws a short for a completion that's going to get him about 14 yards to make this a 3rd and manageable. And right now, after the big sack, this Panthers offense has no quit in them as they get just enough for another first down. And right now, we're going to try to send the heater so we can get us another sack. But instead, Matt Corral's going to throw a dime out to DJ Moore in the left corner of the end zone. Touchdown Carolina as they regain the lead and give the ball back to our offense. And right now, I don't know. We're going to have to keep making plays on offense to win this game. As we throw it to Bellinger right over the linebacker's head, who gets popped. Damn, that's a tough hit. But thankfully, he holds on to the ball after the big hit to keep the drive alive as we hand the sweep off to Saquon, who slips 1 tackle, and he's going to get loose for a big gain. We've been having some great blocking, not just from our linemen, but from our receivers as well. The only reason we're losing this game is because of Daniel Jones and his interception, so we need him to step up. And on 1st and 10, he's going to miss a wide open throw to Bellinger. That cannot happen. And after an 8-yard run by Breida, we hit the toss to Saquon, who has nowhere to go, and he's stopped in the backfield to bring up 4th and 5 in opponent territory. And we're actually going to go for it right here. And on 4th down, we're looking around, but the pass rush gets there too quick, and we can't get the throw off, and that's going to be another turnover on downs. And yet again, we're hoping our defense can bail us out as we run engage 8, and our defenders get there in just enough time to disrupt that pass and bring up a 3rd and 10. And we're going to play coverage right here, and Matt Corral's going to look around and throw it to his right, and Dave Belton's going to get up and get the pick, and he's going to throw Christian McCaffrey out the way and speed off to get us a pick 6. My goodness, if we don't have the greatest defense right now, I don't know how we're still in this game. This has been one of the craziest games I've played in such a long time, and for us to be in it up by 1, insane. But we're not done quite yet. We need our defense to still make another stop, and Jamie Collins is going to come flying in to hold Christian McCaffrey to only 2 yards on that play. And on the very next play, we're going to run man coverage, but we accidentally have Jamie Collins manned up on the wide receiver, and Matt Corral's going to throw it to him, but Jamie Collins stacks the receiver, and he actually comes up with the interception. My goodness, our defense saves us yet again. All we need to do is run as much clock as we can and not give the ball back to the Panthers as we swing it out to Kadarius Toney, who's going to spin out nobody but get us the first down anyway. And that's going to take us all the way down to the 2-minute warning. And as Daniel Jones is looking for the right play to call in this situation, he doesn't pay attention to the play clock, and we accidentally get a delayed game. These are the mental errors that cannot happen in a game that we want to win. In a game that's this close, in a game where we've had so many mistakes offensively, we can't let mistakes like that happen, and that penalty is going to lead to a 2-yard loss from Saquon Barkley. And on 3rd and 17, we're not trying to get the first, we're just trying to get into field goal range, and we make that happen as we get the pass out to Saquon, who's not going to fumble and get us in just enough range for Graham Gano, who we all know is automatic. He's pretty much the best kicker behind Justin Tucker, and he's going to knock it through and push our lead out to 4. And now all we have to do is keep these Panthers outside of the end zone, and we can win this game. As Aziz says, fuck your play action, and he's going to get that sack and make it a 2nd and long. Our defense stepping up when we need them the most, playing coverage on 2nd down, and Matt Corral's going to thread the needle and get it just inside to get the first down. They're going to run hurry up, and right now that's a backbreaker for our defense, and we're going to need another big play to happen. We're going to run coverage again, and Matt Corral's going to look around and find wide open in the middle of the field his tight end, and the Panthers are driving down with less than 30 seconds left. This game's looking like it's coming down to the wire. Matt Corral's going to drop back, look for a pass, and he's going to find DJ Moore out to the corner and get out of bounds. That is a great play by Carolina. Our defense looking a little lost, but as long as we keep him out of the end zone, we will be just fine. And Matt Corral's going to throw it short, and he's going to get tackled inbounds, and they're going to call their final timeout. These Panthers are looking for the dagger, but we cannot give up a touchdown right here. And so on what might be the last play of the game, we're just going to play coverage and guard DJ Moore, and he's going to go to him, and Adoree Jackson's going to get the pick, and he's going to take it out of the end zone, but he's going to go down. And that's going to be a dub for our Giants after a first half to forget. We never quit, and it brought us the dub. And as we hit the victory formation, these Panthers come in and hit Daniel Jones. I'm surprised none of the players are swinging out there, but it does not matter. Giants win at home and improve to 2-0 while these Panthers take an L and move on to 0-2. My goodness, this is one of the craziest games I've played in Madden in general. Huge shout out to the defense for keeping us in this game and pretty much winning it for us. So clearly we have a lot to work on offensively for us to stay competitive in this league. But defensively, I can say we're pretty confident. But the gag is none of the stats save, so forget everything that you just watched.
Sorry.
It was a close game in Carolina, but a solid performance from the whole squad brought out the dub for us. Daniel Jones had a solid game, throwing for 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. In a game where Saquon ran wild for 138 yards, but failed to get in the end zone. That's the game you guys saw, alright? Don't ask no questions, but we got the dub, and we're looking to keep the streak going next week against Dallas. But if you guys liked the video, like, comment, let me know what you liked about the video. If you thought this was shitty, dislike the video, comment, let me know what I could do better. But that's going to be it for this one. Thanks you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys against Dallas.